Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning and welcome, welcome, welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Phoenix. I am the Reverend Christine Dance. I use she and her pronouns, and it is my great honor to serve as the minister of this wonderful congregation. Today we are exploring the welcome part of welcoming new folks into our community and how we exhibit hospitality overall as part of our mission to be radically inclusive. That comes with very emphatic welcomes, and we hope that you will be part of that with us. We are also welcoming the esteemed Walt Richardson here to inspire us with his music. Walt is a singer, songwriter, and guitarist, very well known in the Phoenix area for his music, his big heart, his humanitarian contributions, and his progressive values. Welcome, welcome, Walt, and go ahead and start us out.
I know, when I started playing guitar at about 9 years old, I didn't know that there would be all these titles attached to my name one day. I just thought, if I can just keep this thing in tune and remember the songs. And so we're still at that point today. This is early. This is early in the morning for me. I didn't know anything about sunrises until today. But anyway, that being said, the songs that I selected today, one of them is a Bob Marley tune, and I think you'll be familiar with that one. But the other tunes are originals. And so with the theme of helping the stranger, greeting the stranger, there's a song I wrote for my father when he passed called Just Like You, and I'll have that in the program because there is a line in it that is an explanation of his character. And he was notorious for bringing strangers home to dinner a half an hour before dinner in a family of 8 where mom had already prepared enough for 8. And he would call home and say, hey, Helen, I got Airman so-and-so coming with me. We're a military family. And on Christmas, the same thing would happen. He would come home with what he would let us know as our Christmas guest. And what we would do is give one of our toys to that guest. I remember doing that in Japan when we were kids and everything. And to be honest, as an adult, we were giving away the ones that we didn't really want, but that's a whole nother book. The ones that still needed the batteries and everything, but that's a whole nother ball game. Let's get this rolling here. About a thing, every little thing gonna be alright, yeah. Singing, don't worry about a thing, every little thing gonna be alright, yeah. I rise up this morning, I smile with the rising sun. 3 little birds by my doorstep, yeah, singing sweet songs in the melody pure and true. Singing, this is my message to you. You know it now, come on. Singing, don't worry, yeah, about a thing. Tell me why. Hey, 'cause every little thing, what, gonna be alright, yeah. Singing, don't worry about a thing. Every little thing is gonna be alright. I rise up this morning and I smile with the rising sun. 3 little birds by my doorstep melody pure and true. Singing, this is my message to you. Singing, don't worry about a thing. You know, every little thing gonna be alright. Yeah, now you getting it. Yeah. Singing, don't worry about a thing. Every little thing gonna be alright. Yeah. There you go. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Blake Rushing, your worship associate today, and my pronouns are she and her. Rise, please, and join me as we recite our covenant, and Katie Brown lights our chalice. If you're watching remotely and have a chalice with you, please light it with us. Love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest for truth is our sacrament, and service is our prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to share our strength in fellowship. Thus do we covenant. Please be seated.
Welcome again to our service. In this sacred space, we celebrate our humanity, our diversity, and the boundless love that unites us all. The Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Phoenix strives to be a spiritual community for our time, one that is theologically diverse, radically inclusive, and justice-centered. Our doors swing wide open to embrace all who seek a welcoming place. May our worship today be a source of inspiration, a comfort in challenging times, and a call to action. If you are new here, we are so glad you found us. Is there anyone here for the very first time today? First or second time? Yes. Wonderful. Welcome. And a heads up for anyone who is new, like in the last 6, 9, however you consider new, there is going to be an opportunity for you to come forward later. We are not asking for your testimony. We are not going to be extracting anything. And it is all about consent, right? So I'm giving you a heads up so you can decide if that's something that you want. I do have a few announcements. Your civic engagement team wants you to know that UMOM, an impressive facility for families that need housing, needs volunteers to help with either food service or clothing restocking. Find a friend to join you and sign up to go once or more. The links are in Compass. And after service today, the Earth Justice Ministry will be showing the film Seaspiracy. It's about an hour and a half. There will be vegetarian refreshments and food since it's after service, and a discussion will be held after the film. So now let us draw deeper into the present moment and into our worship as we start with one of my favorite poems.
Our opening words are a poem from Naomi Shihab Nye, and I'm going to invite Rachel Godding, who has just started coming to our community a few months ago, to join me in reading it.
The Arabs used to say, When a stranger appears at your door, feed him for 3 days, before asking who he is, where he's come from, where he's headed. That way, he'll have strength enough to answer. Or, by then you'll be such good friends, you don't care. Let's go back to that. Rice? Pine nuts? Here, take the red brocade pillow. My child, serve water to your horse. No, I was not busy when you came. I was not preparing to be busy. That's the armor everyone put on to pretend they had a purpose in the world. I refuse to be claimed. Your plate is waiting. We will snip fresh mint into your tea.
I now invite anyone who wants to come up for Together Time, and we've got a couple special rituals related to that. And while they are coming up, can we all just say hi to our Zoom folks, remembering that we are all one community? Say hello, send them love to our folks. Hello, Zoom people. We're so glad you are with us. Now come on up for Together Time. Hello, everyone. Hello, Jazz. There we go. Excellent. That's a perfect seat. So today we're celebrating a lot of things. Along with celebrating the people who are new to community, we also get to celebrate something else very important. Once again, UUCP is a teaching congregation. Does anyone know what a teaching congregation means? Can you imagine what that might be? Yes, Jazz, thank you.
Maybe folks that are filled with wonder and excited to learn.
Yes, and how many of us are filled with wonder and excited to learn about anything? Yes. So we are always teaching and learning that. But specifically, we are also a congregation that is teaching new ministers how to minister in a congregational setting. This is something that every Unitarian Universalist minister needs to have, a congregational internship. And we are lucky enough to have a brand new ministerial intern with us. Isaac Castro, can you please come forward? Yeah. So providing an internship for an aspiring minister is a very powerful way to serve our larger Unitarian Universalist movement. By providing a nourishing environment for Isaac to discover his ministerial gifts and his talents, as well as to make a whole bunch of mistakes and learn from them. Because Lord knows we do that here too, right? We are offering him an opportunity to learn that cannot be attained in any other setting. So Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Phoenix, whether you have been here for decades or you're walking in for the first time today, I'm going to ask you, will you offer Isaac an open mind, a loving heart, and willing hands? Will you encourage him to try new things as he discovers his gifts and talents? Will you soften to let him be gracious with our very human shortcomings as we will be with his? And if so, please answer, and I want you all to answer really loud for me, a very enthusiastic, we will. We will. Yes. That was outstanding. Thank you all for the guidance and support you will be giving Isaac over the coming year. Oh, nope, I need a paragraph. Internship committee. So there's a specific group of folks who help Isaac in this process. I am his supervisor and the minister, but there's also a team of congregants who help support Isaac on his journey. And if you are part of this internship committee and team, will you please rise in body or spirit? Yes. Yeah. Oh, okay. We have a bunch of folks there, and we do know a couple of them couldn't come today. So thank you, internship team, for the guidance and support you will be giving Isaac over the coming year. Will you pledge to be attentive to the ways his ministry is unfolding, offering honest feedback to nurture his growth as well as the congregation's? If so, please answer for a collective and enthusiastic we will. Yes. Okay, Isaac, so I'm your internship supervisor, and I promise to help you experience the fullness of the call of ministry in all of its joys and challenge. I promise to encourage you to find your own authentic voice, to take care of yourself, and to live fully into your calling as a minister. I promise to support you in all the ways as you continue your journey to be an outstanding Unitarian Universalist minister.
Thanks, Christine. Thanks, Internship Committee. Thank you, UUCP. I'm so happy to be here with you all. I'm grateful and blessed for the warm enthusiasm and investment in the future of our faith, which supports my formation in ministry. My pledge and promise is to weave love through all we do and commit to embracing your mission of being theologically diverse, radically inclusive, and justice-centered in our collective calling. I pray to find sacred space and moments of deep connection with you, thereby strengthening our UU roots and fostering collective liberation. I hope to breathe deeply, to enter this relationship with humility and compassion, openness to curiosity, and accept this responsibility to human together. Y muchas gracias por todo. Thank you so much.
So, speaking of new people, this is where, if you are new, you get the opportunity to come up. Now, some of you I have not met because you started coming while I was on sabbatical. Some of you started coming just right before I left and are now like established members of the community. And others of you are here just at the beginning of it or are still testing things out and trying to see what you think. And I want to formally greet you all and have our most welcoming part of the congregation, which is our youth, also welcome you. And I love that so many of you have come up, introduced yourself, like, hi, I'm so-and-so, I'm here now. And it feels so good, like, welcome back to my place of worship, you are telling me, and this is such a wonderful thing. Seriously, I love it. So if you have started coming to this congregation in the last 6 to 9 months and want to come up, or if you have returned after being gone for a long time, or even if you consider yourself a newcomer or now this is my home, please come up forward up here. And I promise we're not going to ask anything of you. Only your name, and you don't even have to say that publicly. So come on up. Yay! And can you all, for just a second, turn around and face our children and youth and everyone here? Can you all say a big hearty hi to our new folks here on the steps? Yay! Okay, now you can turn back around here. Welcome to all of you. I have heard so many of you tell me why you have found us, how you have found us. Some have come because the election convinced you that you needed to find a place that centered love, inclusion, and progressive values. Some of you may be still reeling from the loneliness of the pandemic. What I know for sure is that few people come to UU congregations because you are looking to be saved by a religion. Instead, you are looking for something that's far more nuanced and complicated, to be part of a community. Some say that they are looking for a like-minded community. Well, I am going to tell you that we are not all like-minded. We have a wide variety of minds and beliefs and priorities and concerns, but what I like to say is that we are like-hearted. So welcome. My beloveds who are on this side, these are people who are just like you once were. They are courageous for walking through these doors, seeking connection, meaning, and community. These are things that just not one of us can do. Not a single one of us can do. It takes the whole community. They were courageous in coming. I encourage you to be courageous in reaching out to them, to introduce yourself and make connections to them. So welcome. We are so glad you're here. And I would love to just kind of go through, this is all about consent. I would love to know your first name, and if you're okay with me saying it, give me a little nod out loud. If not, you can just introduce yourself quietly and we'll talk afterwards. Okay? So only if you want. Would you like to say your name? This is Winston. Mark. He, him pronouns. Thank you so much. Barry. Judy, she, her.
Christy, also she, her.
Christy with she, her. Welcome.
Liz,
Yeah, Liz.
Rachel, she, her pronouns.
Asher, he, him pronouns.
Janelle, she, her.
Holly, she, her pronouns.
Yes, welcome.
I'm M. I use she, they pronouns. Thank you.
Mary, she, her.
Excellent. Welcome, Mary.
Alyssa, she, her.
Welcome, Alyssa.
My name's Peter.
Hi, Peter. Nice to meet you.
Those are my children who are here in the back.
Yes, hello, Peter's children. Hello, welcome, welcome.
Jason, he, him.
Jason, welcome. Betty, welcome. Bree and she, her, welcome. We are so glad you all are here. Wait, oh, we do, thank you, thank you. Excellent. Aaron, she, and they. Welcome, Aaron. Roland, he and him. Do you want to say your name?
Tiffin.
Tiffany? Tiffin. This is Tiffin. Hi, Tiffin. Welcome. Yes. Over. Right here? Do you guys want to say hi? Yeah?
I'm Nicole, Peter's wife, and these are his kids. Our kids.
Welcome. We're really glad you're here. So everyone on the stairs out here, can we all say a very hearty welcome? Welcome. Well, we're so glad you're here. Thank you for letting us see how we are growing and changing. Each single one of you is making us a better place. Thank you. You can return to your seats. Appreciate you.
Each week, we split our offering between this congregation and an organization that shares our values. This month is a little different as we are giving not to an organization, but to a family, the family of Halal Hilal. Halal lives in Gaza with her children and her mother, and she is raising funds to evacuate the family across the border to Egypt and then fly to Canada. We found Halal through an organization called Gaza Champions, which is a mutual aid network. Gaza Champions stays connected with families in Gaza. They personally confirm that every fund they publicize is honest and true. For all that you give, we are so grateful. Ushers, thank you for your willing hands in helping us pass the plate.
We recognize that our lives are interconnected, and part of our journey as a community is sharing in significant milestones, joys and sorrows. You can put a note in the chat if you're online, if you want us to know something that is happening with you. There is also a table if you want to do some for next week's with little cards here. And I do want to look online here. We've got a couple of them. Teresa says, I am grateful that my grandson MJ is heading to Frisco, Texas next week on a ballet scholarship. Yay! He's dancing again, and by the way, I'll see you all in late September. I'm going with him to help him get settled. I'll be on Zoom, though. Thank you. And Jan Kaplan says, Joy, I am back from the annual 88% humidity trip to Iowa, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. Wonderful community at People's UU Church in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and nice to know my 97-year-old mom is still with it enough that we can still annoy each other. Long may it be so with anyone who has had a mother. We have a few joys and sorrows from folks here in the room. Katie Brown, who lit our chalice. Katie says, my car unexpectedly caught fire and exploded 2 Fridays ago. I'm reeling from lots of non-consensual life changes and appreciate your community and support. You have it, Katie. So much love to you right now. From Christine Carmona. I saw Christine. There you are, Christine. Christine says that her joy is that the owner of the house she's renting part of finally fixed her water intake pipe. So now she finally has water coming all the way into her house. I am sure that that is a huge relief. And from Melanie, right there behind Christine, gratitude for healing from my fall injuries. My support system is amazing. So glad for you. And from Marlene Katz, she says to up in the booth up there, happy 60th birthday to Rob Katz. Woot, woot! May our joys and our sorrows, those that are named and that those that are still held in the silent sanctuaries of our hearts, help us draw closer and care for each other. I invite you now to a time of meditation and prayer. Center your mind, settle your body, ground yourself in the here and now. Rebecca Ann Parker, a UU theologian and former president of the UU seminary where Isaac went to school and seminary, said the following: your gifts, whatever you discover them to be, can be used to bless or curse the world. The mind's power, the strength of the hands, the reaches of the heart, the gift of speaking, listening, imagining, seeing, waiting. Any of these can serve to feed the hungry, bind up wounds, welcome the stranger, praise what is sacred, or do the work of justice, or offer love. Any of these can draw down the prison door, hoard bread, abandon the poor, obscure what is holy, comply with injustice, or withhold love. You must answer this question. What will you do with your gifts? Choose to bless the world. The choice to bless the world is more than an act of will, a moving forward into the world with the intention to do good. It is an act of recognition, a confession of surprise, a grateful acknowledgement that in the midst of a broken world, unspeakable beauty, grace, and mystery abide. Choose to bless the world. I'd like to take a moment of silence where you can consider your gifts of welcoming, kindness, inclusion. What are the gifts that you can use to bless the world? Parker concludes by saying, none of us alone can save the world. Together, that is another possibility waiting. May it be so in our community and in our world that so desperately needs it. Amen, and blessed be.
With your hand in mine, we can walk through any space and time and leave behind this crawl space with its narrow mind. And we can't deny what we've been searching for all our lives. Yes, you and I, with love wings we can fly. We've had our share of avatars, we've had our share of battle scars. Not any one man's point of view can keep a whole world from the truth. We can fly, we can fly, with love wings we can fly. We can fly, we can fly, through the clear blue open skies. Whoa. I wish that you could see what the world looks like to me. In the end, all I know is we're reaping what we sow. With your hand in mine, we can walk through any space and time and leave behind this crawl space with its narrow mind. And we can't deny what we've been searching for all our lives. Yes, you and I, with love wings we can fly. We can fly, we can fly, with love wings we can fly. We can fly, we can fly, through the clear blue open sky. With love wings we can fly. With love wings we can fly, through the clear blue open sky. With love wings we can fly. In mind, we can walk through any space and time and leave behind this crawl space with its narrow mind.
Feed the stranger. What a wonderfully inclusive statement. I have found in my life that deep connection can occur with shared meals, especially with strangers. When the gift of food is shared, whether for physical or emotional fulfillment, we often connect with the humanity in one another. I think back to a memory from 2013, a memory of a meal so divine and memorable, I still long for the satisfaction it gave me. A meal consisting of just several grilled cheese and a pot of coffee. Right? Pretty fancy. I was on a weekend-long motorcycle ride with my brother-in-law. It was a few weeks before my first wedding, and I guess to have some sort of a last hurrah, we planned a ride up the Natchez Trace, all the way from Natchez, Mississippi to Tennessee. We were going to join up with a bigger ride that was happening and then come back after the weekend, right? Super easy and chill, right? Well, maybe. We did have a strong adversary that weekend. A thunderstorm covering most of our route was coming in early Friday afternoon, but we could beat it. If we got on the road and were moving, we could stay ahead of it all the way to our destination. So we left with plenty of time that morning and would be at our destination with daylight to spare. But then that adversary struck, and we decided to stop for lunch. But not just any lunch. We stopped in Kosciuszko, Mississippi, to just really indulge in this blue plate buffet, the kind of meal that you have to unhitch the wagons and sit around for a while afterwards. I felt so indulgently full and happy, even after losing precious storm-free time. Our lunch had cost us our relaxing weekend. After, we set off on the trace again, and then the storm hit. The Natchez Trace is a small highway that is almost completely uninhabited. A few stops and shelters along the way, but mostly just open roads and really intense rain that day. But we were determined, or maybe a little bit too stubborn, and we pressed on and we kept going until well after dark. It was slow. We had to stop constantly and ride slowly because of the intense rains. But eventually, my headlight filled with water from all the rain and the bulb blew. So now it was well after dark, and I was in the middle of nowhere on a motorcycle in a thunderstorm with no headlight. I'm happy to say that's only ever happened once. But would you believe that within an hour, I was in a stranger's home, dry and fed? I wouldn't have at the time. We were just trying to get to the Pharr Mounds, that's spelled Pharr, an indigenous structure in Mississippi, and we knew there was a gazebo there, and if we just made it, that we could sleep under that gazebo and wait for daylight and try to figure something out. But on the way, someone named Jim Harper, at first a complete stranger, but soon we realized that we knew of one another through the church that we were both a part of, took us to his home so that we could get out of the weather for the night. When we got there, his wife had a pot of coffee and a stack of grilled cheese waiting for us. I felt saved and rescued the moment I laid eyes on that beautiful grilled cheese pile. I cannot begin to describe how satisfying that meal was. After battling with a storm all day, cold, hungry, tired, slightly traumatized from the events, this act of kindness, figuratively, and possibly literally, I was really cold, saved my life. It left such a strong impression on me that I still think about that lovely family and their willingness to welcome others to their table. I feel like I got to know them well and developed a bond with them that night. It turned out Jim and I had a lot of connections, the kind of standard small church and denominational threads you might expect. We talked about different ministers we both knew, churches we had both visited, events that had brought me and some of his children to the same space, just unaware we shared it at the time. With just food and conversation, strangers experiencing very different nights become old friends. We even found we had far too much to talk about for just one stormy night. What an example for us to reflect on today. What we have to offer is never too little to offer with generosity. May we all find moments to welcome strangers to the table, however that looks in our lives.
We were talking before the service today how getting up, playing a song, and sitting down, waiting, getting up again, sing a song, sit down, wait. It's almost like you start to get warmed up and then you cool off and get warmed up again and cool off some more. Get warmed up and doze off. I bet that's enough. Dedicate this one, my father who recognized Tuskegee Airman in the United States Air Force. And when he passed, I wrote him this song. I wanna ride out on a lightning bolt just like you. I wanna ride out on a straight line wind blowing through just like you, you're firstborn. I wanna ride out on a storm. The part of me that wants to be just like you. I wanna make a mark in time just like you. I'm gonna dig up all my dreams and follow through. Reach my final call, standing half as tall. The part of me that wants to be just like you, just like you. I wanna be the wind beneath somebody's wings, just like you. I'ma show the world much brighter things, just like you. I'ma help the stranger on the road, just like you. I'ma let everybody know. I want a great big heart, just like you. Wanna be the candle in the dark, shining through. Even when the rain is pouring down, I'm gonna pass the love around. The part of me that wants to be just like you, just like you. I wanna be the wind beneath somebody's wings, just like you. I'ma show the world much brighter things, just like you. I'ma help a stranger on the road, just like you. Well, I'ma let everybody know all I got is love, love, love. All I got is love, and I'll pass it around. All I got is love, love, love. All I got is love, and I'll pass it around, just like you, just like you, just like you, just like you. I'ma let everybody know. I wanna ride out on a lightning bolt, just like you. I wanna ride out on a straight line wind blowing through, just like you, you're firstborn. I wanna ride out on a storm. The part of me that wants to be just like you.
So I absolutely love the Naomi Shahib Nye, that poem that opened our service. The opening words say it all if you don't remember. The Arabs used to say, when a stranger appears at your door, feed him for 3 days before asking who he is, where he's come from, where he's headed. That way he'll have strength enough to answer, or by then you'll be such good friends that you don't care. think there's an interesting opportunity to say, what does it mean to feed the stranger for 3 days until you are such good friends? I have found the feed them and then you'll be such good friends that you don't care to be so true in my life. If I honestly look at who I am right now, I have to look at all of the people who I've met along the way. I feel like I am a compilation of all of them, and they have each changed me. I mean, clearly my parents, I am changed and formed by the home that gave me my first experiences. But then I was also changed by the camp counselors who introduced me to the community spirit that comes from living in nature. I am changed by the people I've considered my best friends in life, the experiences, conversations, and conflicts we've had. I'm changed by the people I've been partnered with in my life, especially those who have made me want to be a better person. And then I have been changed by my children, people I thought I was supposed to help mold, who laughed and then molded me. But I can say that collectively, I have been probably changed the most by the Unitarian Universalists I have known over my 30 years in this faith. I have met some of the most interesting people through our faith. I've been introduced to all of the many issues that are important to them, and then I need to check with myself to see what is important to me. I've been stretched to expand my thinking, and then to stretch and expand it again. And as soon as I've thought I've expanded, then I am stretched yet again. And I love that. I often say that Unitarian Universalists are some of the most intentional and creative people that I've ever met. They are intentionally choosing what they want to believe and how they want to worship by being in this faith, rather than following what someone else told them to do. Inherently, they are open-minded, creative, intentional, and driven by their morals. And yes, I'm talking about all of you. You make me want to be a better person, and I think that you do that for everyone else here as well. Whether you have been here for decades or for minutes, I want you to think of the people you have met in your Unitarian Universalist journey and what you have learned from them. Think of just a handful of people and think about how your life has been enhanced by them. Go ahead, think. And now I want you to think of all of those newcomers, those ones who are standing there, the ones who aren't here today, and the ones that have yet to walk through our doors. I want us to think about how fascinating and interesting and what kind of life experiences they have had, and the commingling of how fascinating and interesting and the life experiences that you have had, and the magic that can come from combining those. We are looking to learn from everyone who comes through this door, not in a consumerist or transactional relationship where we're extracting from each other what we need, but rather how we grow by hearing each other's stories and experiences. The truth is that we all crave to be known and understood. We crave open hearts that can see us with open hearts rather than the judgment that we often feel out in the world. We crave someone to ask us interesting questions so we can learn a little bit more of their heart and that we can know ourselves a little bit more. And especially right now, we are craving a radical welcome that reminds us that there is still good and kindness and open-mindedness in this world. We need that so desperately to remind ourselves so that we can go out and do another day of this life. Joan Chittister is a Catholic nun, theologian, and author. She fought tirelessly for the Catholic Church to be more welcoming, especially to women in religious leadership. She fought particularly for the opportunity for women to serve as clergy. She wrote a lot of it within the theological context of welcoming and hospitality. She echoes my experience in saying, hospitality is the key to new ideas, new friends, and new possibilities. What we take into our lives changes us. Without new people and new ideas, we are imprisoned inside ourselves. She also says, hospitality is the first step towards dismantling the barriers of the world. Hospitality is the way we turn a prejudiced world around one heart at a time. And finally, my favorite, and really, was she not more Unitarian Universalist? I don't know. Hospitality is simply love on the loose. We are a faith that says that we put love in the center of all we do. And if we can't do that within our own walls, how can we possibly expect to do it outside? I know that many people come to UUCP each week to see their friends, to get an update on how they're doing, and get those feel-good endorphins by being surrounded by people who know you and love you. And what I'd like you to consider or invite you to is to get to know some of these new folks with all of their loving endorphins and find out who they are and waiting for that love to be unleashed. My recommendations, probably reminders, things you already know, but let's say them out loud anyway. Try to meet someone new every single Sunday that you are here. And newcomers, I'm talking to you too. Reach out and find new people. Be courageous and find someone who's different than you. They are amazing, miraculous, wonderful people. Ask an interesting question. Maybe something beyond where are you from or where do you live? Ask them something about their heart. Don't assume anything. Be open to being surprised. I'm looking at Bill Snowden right there. We have a joke that whenever Bill Snowden's in a room, we learn something new about him. He ran a surf shop. He did this. I found out yesterday he's got an MBA. I did not know. Every time you talk to Bill Snowden, you find out something interesting or weird about him. And I feel like that can be true for every single one of us. Let us unlock that. Whether you have been here 30 years or 30 minutes, let us welcome each other radically. I'd love to end with us talking about welcoming together with a responsive reading by Richard Gilbert. As you are reading it, I encourage you to look around and maybe make some eye contact with people around the space. I know that's hard because you're going to be reading the screen, but I know you are capable of doing more than one thing at once. But I will say the first line, and then you will say the lines in italics. We bid you welcome who come with weary spirit seeking rest.
Who come with troubles that are too much with you, who come hurt and afraid.
We bid you welcome who come with hope in your heart.
Who come with anticipation in your step, who come proud and joyous.
We bid you welcome, who are seekers of a new faith, who come to probe and explore, who come to learn. We bid you welcome, who enter this place as a homecoming, who have found here room for your spirit, who find in this place a family. We bid you welcome, whoever you are, whatever you are, wherever you are in this journey, look around to each other and say, we bid you welcome. So might it be. Walt, please close us out.
It's been 71 years of trying to figure out something that is like the question, what came first, the egg or the chicken? People ask me, how do you write your song? What comes first, the words or the lyrics? And I say, sometimes, yeah. And so, so this song right here came because I was playing open mic nights in the late 72, and in Tempe, Arizona. And I used to write a lot of these, what I thought were intense folk songs, and they were, but they were kind of somber. And somebody says, you know what, your music's pretty cool, we like it, but it's downers. And I said, okay. So I thought I'd write what was called a fast song. So I wrote this song. It just kind of came through, chicken or the egg. But what I found out about this song is I didn't know it was going to be a teaching. And for the 50 years that I've been singing it, it always takes me to a different level. And I think that's what this life is all about, is understanding the deeper levels. I can tell you what is important about this tune is it came from a silent place of wanting to write a fast tune. And so I think about how my grandmother made, we call granny cakes, it was pound cakes. And everybody else in the family could try making that same cake with the same recipe, and it didn't taste the same. So there's a magic about intention. It's invisible, but it sure shows up in the cake. No denying. Granny's here and that cake is gone. My sister thinks she makes the best one right now, but behind the scenes, we have a different opinion. But anyway, that being said, this song has taught me that when you take an overview of how everything seems to be existing in the quantum field and physics and everything, something must have had an intention on why and how to create all this greatness on the planet and beyond human reasoning. So it's baked in the cake. I feel like we're already where we need to be. All we're doing is just opening up to that, taking the filters off. And 71, that's what it's all about, baby, taking the filters off. Love is sweet, love is fine, turns my water into wine, heals the sick, feeds the blind, it flows through every space and time. Listen to me, brother, we got to love one another. I say, now listen to me, brother, we got to love one another. Love is learning evermore. Yes, its journey guides your course, a friend to touch and a hand to hold. never, never leave us in the cold. Listen to me, brother. We got to love one another. I say, now listen to me, brother. We got to love one another. 'Cause I like to see you dancing so happy in the sunshine. I like to see you dancing and everything is alright. I like to see you dancing so happy in the sunshine. I like to see you dancing and everything is alright. So let this be our new world goal, helping both the young and old, planting seeds and watch them grow, always reaping what we sow. Listen to me, brother, we got to love one another. Listen to me, brother, we got to love one another. I like to see you dancing so happy in the sunshine. I like to see you dancing and everything is alright. I like to see you dancing so happy in the sunshine. I like to see you dancing and everything is alright. Everything is alright. Everything is alright. Now here comes your part. I say love, say that with me. I say love, I say love, I say love, keep it going. I say love, come on, let me hear you. I say love, I say love, I say love, I say love, everyone, children, I say love,
Thank you for bringing your spirit of love with us, Walt. We are so blessed to have you with us. After service ends, noon activities will be listed on the screen. We are renovating our Johnson room, so coffeeless coffee hour is here. Please hang out and practice what we just talked about in greeting each other. I now invite Blake up to offer our closing words, a poem by Mercedes Sosa called I Come to Offer My Heart.
Who said that all is lost? I come to offer my heart. So much blood that the river took away, I come to offer my heart. It won't be easy, I know what happens. It won't be as simple as I thought. How to open your chest and get your soul out, a spoonful of love. Crib of the poor, always open. I come to offer my heart. Like an unchangeable document, I come to offer my heart. And I'll tie the ends of the same rope, and I'll go quietly, I'll go slowly, and I will give you everything, and you will give me something to relieve me a little more. When no one is near or far, I come to offer my heart. When the satellites don't reach, I come to offer my heart. And I speak of countries and of hope. I speak for life. I speak for nothing. Talk about changing this, our house, changing it for change, just not. Who said that all is lost? I come to offer my heart.
Go in love, offer your heart, go in peace. Have a wonderful week.